got 1/2. Okay, so what do we got to do to 1/2? So if we multiply that number by 2 and that number by 2, what kind of new number would we get? 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so now we've got 1/2 is proportional to 2 by 4. And we know that because what we did on the top up here to this top number, we did to the same number on the bottom. Okay, so there's one good example. Okay, so let's take another set of numbers. Let's go with 1/3. Okay, let's find a proportional number to 1/3. Well, let's see if we multiply that one by 3 and we multiply that one by 3. Let's see if we can get what number we'll get. So 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So we know now that 1/3 is proportional to 3/9. Okay, so we know it kind of from going back to the beginning. When we multiply a single number, we get a new number. Okay, so now all we're doing is stacking two numbers on top of each other. Okay, so we got the fraction 1/2. If we multiply both numbers by 2, we get 2/4. Okay, if we got another one over here, so we know 1/2 is proportional to 2/4. Okay, what about 1/3? So if we multiply 1/3 by the same number, multiply both of them by 3, we get 3/9. So now we know that 1/3 is proportional to 3/9. Okay, so we're going to take it up another notch. Okay, so let's try this right here. So we know what we did here that was going to work out. We know what we did on these two examples. We knew they were going to work out. Now let's see if we can translate that into maybe a set of numbers that we don't know that we've got to try to find out. Okay, so let's go with 3/4. And instead of doing the scaling part now like we did, we're just going to have a number like 9/12. Okay, so we know how to scale. We multiply the same number on top and on bottom to see if it equals out. Well, okay, so we should know our multiplication facts, I hope. So 3 times what number is 9? So we know 3 times 3 is 9. Now, if we multiply that top one by 3 and got 9, the only way they're going to be proportional, like we showed here, is if we do the same thing on the bottom. Okay, so 4 times 3 is actually 12, so they are proportional. Okay, now let's do another one. Let's go with 1/5, 5/25. Okay, so we know because it's easy number. One times what number is 5? Well, we know multiply times 5. So 1 times 5 is 5. Now, if we multiply the top one by 5, scaling, let's do the bottom by 5 also. So 5 times 5 is 25. So good. So that is proportional also. Now, we're going to do one or two that we don't know. Okay? But we're going to have to check and see. So what about if we do 1/4 over 3/16? Okay, well, it's an easy number again. 1 times what is 3? Well, we know we got to multiply it by 3. So if we multiply this one by 3, as we did on our other ones here, we'll have to multiply the bottom by 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So this right here is not proportional. Okay, all right, let's do one where we get to find a variable. Okay, let's go with 4/5 equals x over 20. Okay, so in these other ones we multiply the top numbers, but here we can't multiply the top number because we don't know what the top number is exactly yet. Okay, so we can do the bottom one. 5 times what is 20? Well, we know 5 times 4 because you know multiplication facts. We should know 5 times 4 is 20. So if we multiply this bottom by 4, then we're going to have to do the same thing up here on top. So 4 times 4 is 16. So x equals 16. So the only thing that's going to make this proportional is when x equals 16. Okay, so let's remember, okay, we can do our single numbers. It's what's called scaling. Okay, we know 1 times 2 is 2, and so on and so forth, okay? So we're going to do some easy fractions. So we're going to start out with a fraction that we have, 1/2, and what we do to that, so if we multiply the top by 2, we'll multiply the bottom by 2. So to make them proportional, you have to do the same thing top as the bottom. And so we decided that 1/2 is proportional to 2/4. Okay? Same thing. 1/3, if we multiply the top by 3 and the bottom by 3, it equals 3/9. So we concluded that 1/3